My goodness, I got goosebumps. Like, oh, for real. That was so beautiful. Hello, everyone. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome back to the Video Village. Oh, it's good to see you all. I hope you're all doing well. Today I'm taking a look at something that's kind of taking the world by storm, I feel like. Raye with her Click Clack Symphony with Hans Zimmer, which is absolutely amazing that she has done a collaboration with one of the all-time biggest film composers. I have not seen the video yet. I don't know the song, so I am incredibly excited to go check it out. It's also the first time that Raye is on my channel, which I'm excited about. I actually saw a documentary about her a couple years ago. I was quite impressed with like her career and her music and all of that. So definitely not new to Raye in that sense, but new to this video. Either way, if you are new here to this channel though, my name is Manon the Reeper. I'm a filmmaker. I mostly work in horror and sci-fi. You can find some of my short films here on the channel, and you can also check out my Patreon, where I share behind the scenes of my work here, as well as other exciting stuff. So what we do here on the channel is basically we watch the video together, and then I talk about everything that goes into making a beautiful music video, how the artists are able to come together, musician and filmmaker, to make something that's close to their vision through a more visual language than just music. I always really enjoy music videos for that reason, because I think it's really special how they're able to tell those stories without any dialogue. Yeah, I don't know. I personally really just love music videos. So let's just get into it, all right?
Did you know the odds to be born on this earth's 1 in 400 trillion? I conquered those odds, yet I can't conquer leaving this house. I eat, sleep, scroll and work, but there has to be more than just merely existing. In fact, I was thinking there's not enough wine in the fridge to unleash me in this feeling. Fiends for some feminine healing. By that I mean I called my girls and said SOS, pick a dress, pick a time and an address for the outgoing out tonight. Send a call out, send a call out. Calling all my baddest women, it's about to go down. Click, 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 clack, symphony, I need that. Click, 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 clack, symphony, I love the sound of it. Who let the girls out? I did, darling. She's empowered by the sound of us marching. Her legs are hurting, but her back is still arching. And this sound reminds me that it's going to be alright. And I never could have guessed I started my morning in tears. Got a great waterproof mascara I can recommend. I should try my luck in Hollywood and find some auditions, because the way I fake this smile could pay the mortgage and the rent. Climbing to my lonely throne before my TV. I feel alone, I feel like no one really needs me. So thank you, Carly, for having a sixth sense and for calling to remind me we don't settle for depression on a Friday night. I need a pep talk, I need a hug, I need a dance floor. I've got one little life, I need to get out the house more and really start living it. Heavy as the burdens that are weighing on me, I will lay them down under some pink and blue lights. Call my girls instead, SOS, pick a dress, pick a time and an address for me all going out. Send a call out, send a call out. Calling all my baddest women, it's about to go down. Click, 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 clack, symphony, I need that. Click, 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 clack, symphony, I love the sound of it. I did, darling. She's empowered by the sound of us marching. Her legs are hurting, but her back is still arching. And the sound reminds me that it's going to be alright. Jimmy Choo, it's time to open up the closet. It's a sad sight to see monoclonic at the cobwebs. Why I'm like an alien in every dress I try. Sorry, let me turn my music louder and pretend it's fine. Anything that's hurt me, left, they give up on me. Am I just a product of everything that was done to me? Run to me, come to me, someone bring the sun to me. I can see the glimmer of the girl who wants believe. She needs a pep talk, she needs a hug, she needs a dance floor. She's got one little life, she needs to get out the house more and try and start living it. Heavy as the burdens that are weighing on me, I will lay them down under some pink and blue lights. Call my girls instead, SOS, pick a dress, pick a time and an address for me. Send a call out, send a call out. Calling all my baddest women, it's about to go down. Click, 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 clack, symphony, I need that. Click, 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 clack, symphony, I love the sound of it. I did, darling. She's empowered by the sound of us marching. Her legs are hurting, but her back is still arching. And the sound reminds me that it's going to be alright. Though this season of her life had been cold, lonely, and tough, though she slipped back into a darkness she had hoped by now to have overcome, She had learned a beautiful lesson as she kissed her girls goodbye and thanked them for getting her out the house. That maybe everything was going to be alright. And even if only for a moment, everything is going to be alright. Yeah, it's going to be alright. Going to be alright. So the cold outs and the cold out. Calling on my baddest women since I'm about to go down. Click, 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 clack symphony, I need that. Click, 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 clack symphony, I love the sound of it. Moving like a closer. I did, darling. She's empowered by the sound of us marching. Her legs are hurting, but her back is still arching. And the sound reminds me that he's going to be alright. She put her headphones in, and there she danced under the weight of her clouds. But for the first time in a long time, she believed that one day she would again feel the sun. She must be patient. She must have faith in the seeds that are planted beneath the snow. She must hold on, and she must let go. She'll be alright. No riding shining armored knight. She will save herself this time. And in fact, tonight, she did confirm. The cold never lasts, my darling. It just teaches the heart how to burn.
My goodness, I got goosebumps. Like, oh, for real. That was so beautiful. What a remarkable video. That was very impressive. I love how surrealist it was. If you've been around here on the channel for a little bit, you've been following along, you know that I love, love, love surrealism and often reference surrealist painters and filmmakers. So it's just something that's very close to my heart. And there was definitely some of that going on here. So let's go dive into some of this because there's a lot to talk about, and I don't want this video to, take 3 hours. So here's where we open. We have this beautiful shot where wonderful thing with the some of the written text that just floats in the world, and we have this is obviously foreshadowing for the flying music notes as well. It's really cute, and then it just feels so sort of like 50s film, and I absolutely love that. So this is the first shot that we open on, and I just want to say this is just absolutely fantastic. I love this shot with her on the floor, sort of half on the chair with the glass on her foot. Like, this is so uncomfortable, but also it's so stylized. It's so specific. It's such a look and a vision, and look how she's positioned right in the center of this sort of round rug as well, and there's lines leading off of it, sort of I don't know, it looks perfect. There's the laptop as well. It's she's being sort of held hostage almost by this stuff, and she's tired is what I'm getting, sort of. There's just absolutely love the movement here on Steadicam. Just great work. What a look, what a vision. Yeah, I love that. And it can, sometimes we have a lot of things going on, a lot of movement in music videos, but here they chose for a very static shot and just some movement from the camera. And it was very interesting, but then what was even more interesting, we see the shot of just her foot, but then also we see her from below. So first of all, I don't know what they put above her. It may have been the actual ceiling of this room, but it looks very similar to that exact rug that she was on. So perhaps they rigged a screen on top of her, or not on top of her, but hanging over her, that, is kind of the same as that rug that she is actually on, because right now they actually made the effort of putting her on glass and, filming her from the bottom as well, which is how you achieve that look, and also why she is kind of squished looking on her cheek. And then here, and I cannot help but love these Art Deco lamps as a, very much a sci-fi lover. And, history of sci-fi lover, these always read very Metropolis to me, but absolutely love this. Like, she's tied with all this electrical wiring. Again, it's like, it feels like there's a little bit of an undercurrent of her feeling like she's being taken hostage by all of the electricity and electronics. And I tried to follow the lyrics, but for me, focusing on both lyrics and the visuals is always a little tough. And boy, there was a lot of lyrics here. So I probably missed something, and this is my first time watching, so I probably missed some of it, but really just love the visuals here. Very soft lighting, although there's one light here that is quite harsh because we see this outline on the wall. It's probably angled like from her side, but her face is just beautifully lit here. Like, it isn't even that harsh, even though we do have this this harsh outline on the wall. Oh, and now I'm seeing this is actually foreshadowing of that door scene that we see later, which I was just absolutely blown away by. They do some like zooms and zoom in and out to the door, which I like it. Like that, it makes it feel like she wants to leave house and like home, but she has a hard time to, like, she prefers staying home, like in her pillow fort, quite literally, So she must have touched on that in the lyrics as well. Just so fantastic. And then, I love this shot because it's such an interesting choice. So this looks like it's in a kitchen because we have this amazing it's a 50s design Alessi kettle. And so they're really going for that sort of 50s look. And there's another Art Deco light as well, or 50s, early modernism light. And she's eating a bowl of cereal, which is also giving us very 50s, and the outfit. There's a lot of thought put into the entire production design, which I absolutely love. Lighting here, again, is great, but what's so interesting is the composition here, obviously, because it looks like she's on a kitchen, but they're also filming her reflection here, which makes it seem almost as if we're seeing her in a mirror, but not quite, and then they turn it upside down as well. It's like, it's just... there's a lot going on, and it's such an interesting shot. And then next we see her as another piece of furniture, an actual like coffee table. I mean, what can I even say? I love this kind of stuff. It's kind of wacky and just interesting, and I love all of the design present here in the set as well. It's like, love the colors. It's quite dark, but what's very interesting is that they chose to use quite classic type of lighting as well. It is quite harsh on her face, and here there's some light outside as well. Really beautiful. And for some reason she has this hose and she's like running water over her face. I have no idea why, but she's doing the laundry here. It's like also like very 50s styles of clothing. It's interesting also from a film language perspective too. It's like they really put a lot of thought into this. And I think, it's just absolutely magnificent. They're like small paintings, each of them. And then here, this absolutely just surrealist thing with a gorgeous set, by the way. It's like, I don't know if this is a real life building. It probably is. But the colors here are great. I love the sort of cool tone, black or blue with the brown from the rest of the building. It's just really beautiful. And then her red really stands out. And then this TV, and then they shot her face some other time, and they put the video of her face on the TV. They displayed it on the TV in post. So either had a green screen, or usually what they do with, if you want to have play a video on a screen in film, is they like your VFX supervisor will put a couple dots on the screen so that they can track it in the VFX software, and that way they can easily like put it on there. It looks great. I love the lighting. This almost looks like a bit of a halo. You could say it's maybe a little distracting from what's happening below, but then we start zooming in, and then it doesn't matter anymore because we just focus on her face. And that's also what we humans do. It's like we always look for faces. That's what our brains do. So does it really technically matter that the background is brighter than the foreground? Not necessarily. I love that she's smacking the TV as well. What does that say? It's like, please work. That's what we do, right? And then we have these titles everywhere as well. It's just, it gives it that weird sort of Lucille Ball kind of vibe to it. Just absolutely love that. Again, great colors. Absolutely love the red. And then we see some shadows, but we don't actually see anyone walking there. Did you see that? That was kind of weird. So see on the left side of the screen, someone's walking there. That is actually a little spooky, especially since it's not immediately revealed who that is. Now I'm curious. What's happening? I can't remember if we see more of that. Okay, so then the girlfriends are revealed for the first time, and they're also dressed nicely. Not quite very 50s, all of them. Like some of them also are a little 70s, like have this 70s look to them. And she's like, so she's literally kind of cocooning, right? Very cute, like all the themes of her wanting to stay at home and all the words that we use for that, like your pillow fort cocooning. It's like they're using that quite literally in some of this stuff. So that's really fun. And then it turns out that the shadows were actually created by her friends, that force their way into the building. And we have this great, lovely, lovely staircase scene. Oh, I'm a sucker for architecture. Just absolutely love this. Love their outfits. And then she, pops out of her cocoon and they start to dance pretty much. It's like, I feel like they already started dancing on the staircase, which is where we saw that they were dancers. I love their polka dots. Very, very, and I take back my comment about the 70s look. It is firmly their costumes are firmly sitting in the 50s, even though it's like a modern inspiration of it, but it's lovely. Yeah, it's just very cute. And they start dancing and they start to motivate her to get out of the house, but then she turns into Alice in Wonderland. And this was probably my favorite moment of the whole video because I gasped. This is great. Look at that. Because at first the door looks normal sized, but then it looks small. And now that I'm thinking of it, like this is relatively easy to do, I think. Because you have to shoot this twice, like her in front of a green screen, and you shoot the door separately. It's like, and then put her in front of the door, like you cut everything else out, and then just her. But the transition just works really well. The timing's great. And then her looking up to this giant door and she still can't get out. And then this little tongue, that's great. And she starts like using her heels to climb this door. Just absolutely fantastic. And then we have her exiting through the keyhole. Oh, and then they come out and we're just in this, like, the outfits are almost a little clownesque. It's just, I love these dresses. It's so cute. Just, yeah, absolutely wonderful. It's interesting how they're saluting here. I paused it here by accident, but it's interesting. Like, I feel like there's so much intentional visual language going on that I'm not really fully catching on this, but I did love, like, when I was first watching this, I hadn't spotted the notes, and I was like, ooh, this is such a like normal looking neighborhood. And then all of a sudden I noticed the flying music notes and I was like, oh, it's not so normal. And I absolutely love that. Like, I think that's so clever. Absolutely so clever. It's interesting, these shots are actually still quite dark, and they really stand out, and that's because they actually did some serious vignetting on these shots. They really darkened everything else, which is probably because, it's very hard to film a sky that's quite so pale because it can wash everything out quite a bit. So they vignetted a bit so that it isn't quite so bright and all of the focus is still on all of them, and especially Raye in the middle. And then we have this wonderful moment with the Piano on the Road, really love that. And she takes flight with this crazy flying note. So this, I wasn't the biggest fan of this segment. It looks a little cheap. And to be honest, that is mostly because of poor VFX and lighting of VFX. Like these birds, they're actually taken from a shot where there's this sunset somewhere here on the left. As you can see, like the lighting is hitting it. It's a very yellow light that's hitting them from the left. And she's got completely different lighting going on. The background is just lit very, very, very differently as well. It's like here, it's the lighting is far more muted here. Her lighting is actually hitting her from the right. Like the lighting makes no sense. Like if that is precisely why we see it as fake immediately. Like it just looks pasted on, and it is. But you can prevent that, or at least make it look a little less fake, because look, oh my God, this is just, it's not great, guys. Like that is not, because here the sun is actually coming from, like the light is coming from the back here, but she is lit from the front. Like it looks like complete studio lighting. So look, if you're shooting this on set and they don't quite know what kind of backgrounds they're going to be using yet, okay, it's totally possible that was the case, but then there's also there's options to really light in post-production as well. It's like you can add lighting, and they should have probably at least added a little bit of light to her back and like tried to make it blend in just a little bit more. This is misty, like they should have added a little bit of mist around her, something like that. And I mean, same problem here, right? It's like she looks pasted in. Like you can even see some of the masking around her hand like that. It's just, yeah, it's probably the worst VFX I've seen in some time in music videos, which is a shame because it's also lovely. So yeah, I thought that really let us down a little bit. So here's another moment where this is very clearly sort of same problem here, okay? Because here the light is coming from this direction. It's a little bit better here. The shadow's okay. The lighting here is also a bit better, but it still looks like she's not actually walking on this field, which she wasn't. So, yeah. Anyway, enough complaining about that segment. This here, again, is also just really lovely. It's a little less, there's not as much of surrealist stuff going on, but they're really lovely shots with really, really just wonderful lighting. They probably shot this towards the end of the day to get that golden hour vibe going. Really made the best use of that with the low hanging sun. You get here is some beautiful backlit moments. Just really stunning. And the musical segment here was just really great. Absolutely love that. And this furry thing that she's wearing here, and her hair is doing all sorts of fun stuff with the wind. Like that, it's visually, it's just really, just wonderful. And obviously, she also really stands out. She changed shoes in the meantime, by the way. Like she went from the high heels to the wellies here, which is great. But love this moment. Love this moment. Great stuff. Yeah, it's a wonderful video. I was really kind of blown away by it. So let me know what your favorite moments are in this video. I would say the opening shot with her on the chair is probably my favorite, as well as that moment that the big door is revealed. That she gets smaller and smaller and the door gets bigger and bigger, and just that whole thing. I'm probably going to read the lyrics after this because I'm curious if it is about going out and not wanting to or feeling like you can't as much as I'm thinking, because that's really what the vibe that the video gave me. So yeah, let me know your thoughts and get some conversation going. In the meantime, don't forget to subscribe if you want to follow along for more. And don't forget to give this video a like so we can reach more people. And lastly, check out my Patreon if that's something you're interested in. In the meantime, hope you have a great rest of your Sunday, and I will see you for the next one. Peace.
But there has to be more than just merely existing. In fact, I was thinking there's not enough wine in unleash me in this feeling. Fiends for some feminine healing. By that I mean I called my girls and said SOS, pick a dress, pick a time and an address, but we are going out tonight. Send a call out, calling all my baddest women, it's about to go down.